Hello everyone, Mr. Holland back here to give you another review video. We're going to narrow it down. We're going to be talking about McCarthyism and the Red Scare during the 1950s state. Alright, background information that you need to know. Joseph McCarthy was a senator from Wisconsin, and he was elected in 1947. Also, World War II just got over. Now, let's talk about this. Joseph McCarthy and McCarthyism was a huge issue during 1950 to 1954. But the reason for this is because of the rise of conservatism in this time. Conservatism made a huge comeback after the war because of all the horrors that people saw. They wanted to go back to the olden times, the 20s, before the Great Depression, before the war. And so what the United States wanted to do was to bring back conservative values, traditional marriage, Christianity, capitalism. The U.S. and the USSR were the two big superpowers of the world, but the USSR was communist. And this led to people like Joseph McCarthy and Richard Nixon as well to be very anti-communist, but be very capitalist and patriotic Americans. Joseph McCarthy started calling people in the State Department and other government positions and accused them of being communists. Now the reason he did this, and he had some proof but not a lot, and the proof was there was a Communist Party in America during the 1930s. However, they just wanted fair wages for workers and workers' rights, basically. It's not the communist the USSR was at this time, and not the communist that we know today as much. It was just fair wages and gender, racial equality. And so, things that those people would want. And so Joseph McCarthy went out and he started calling people out in the State Department, accusing them of being communists. This became a huge issue because a lot of people were accused of this, and they had to start naming names, which means they had to name other people who were communists unless they didn't want to get blacklisted. Joseph McCarthy started calling out a lot of people with little to no proof, and even if he did know that they were in the Communist Party, a lot of them were not. He just said that there could be, and people would lose their jobs. There was this huge Red Scare. People were afraid of communism. They did not want to be overtaken by the powers of the USSR. And Joseph McCarthy was the figurehead in trying to, witch hunt these people without any proof. For this reason, he sort of initiated the Red Scare. However, in 1954, he went after the army, and he actually went after some of Eisenhower's men. And so Eisenhower was a general, went after his army men. And Eisenhower knew these people were patriots, and that's kind of when his career went downhill from there. And that was in around 1954. And in 1957, he passed away from alcoholism, I believe, and he was no more. McCarthyism came to the end. However, the Red Scare continued on. We will talk about that later. That is your quick review on McCarthyism. Hope you learned a lot. Study for the quizzes and the tests. See you later.